Good morning, y'all. It's Tuesday. I was probably boring some or a lot of y'all with all the yard work thing, and now I'm probably boring you with cooking, in particular baking. But I have to tell y'all, I'm just going to cover a few things about cookies. Now, I can get really hyper focused on things. In other words, I can start doing, looking, or reading about something and I can't stop. It's like solitaire. Y'all, I have gone crazy playing solitaire. Hazel likes it because I can do it on my tablet while sitting in my recliner and she can lay next to me. Now, this is the truth. This morning I was washing dishes and I was thinking about making cookies for the HOA meeting on Thursday. And I opened my silverware drawer to put my dried silverware in and I saw my cupcake papers and I thought, I wonder if you could bake cookies in cupcake papers in your cupcake tins. So I thought, well, I don't know. Maybe I could try a couple and see how they turn out. So I was trying to decide. Everybody loves chocolate chip cookies, or most people do anyway. And then I thought, wow, I have not made any oatmeal raisin cookies. Wow. Now, I'm not a huge raisin fan, but I will tell you some of them, especially the chewy ones, are so good. Okay, so I was online, and I will tell you one of my favorite sites to go to is Sally's Baking Addiction. She's got some of the best recipes. Okay, let me see. What? Okay, I'll just go with the cupcake cookie dough or the chocolate chip cookie dough cupcakes. While I was looking at Sally's website, they always give other little things that you can click on. And I saw this recipe. I'm going to try and show you the little picture right there. Can you see that? I was like, oh my word, I can't believe this. So I clicked on it. Now, I'm not going to go through the whole recipe, but I'm definitely going to make these. And I'm sure you could do them with any kind of drop cookie dough, like oatmeal, chocolate chip, peanut butter. You know, those cookies that you just grab a spoonful and throw them down on your cookie sheet. So I thought that was really funny. Okay, now, when I was looking for a soft and chewy, which is the way I like my cookies, some people like them crunchy, and I just prefer mine to be soft and chewy. I found a couple of recipes that sounded really good, but I'm going to tell you the reason that I chose this recipe is because what caught my eye was secret ingredient. That will get me every time. I love secrets revealed. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you what that ingredient is, and I'm so thrilled because I actually have it. It is molasses. Now, y'all, I cannot eat molasses out of the jar, but I do use it, especially in the beef, rice, and bell pepper dish that I just love, and Terry could eat a whole skillet of it. So I have the molasses. So let me see, what else does it say? I thought this was interesting. Now, the other day I was at the dollar store and I saw some raisins, and I thought, maybe I might make some oatmeal raisin cookies. So they're in those little tiny boxes, and it was a pretty good, I don't know how many were in there. But when I picked them up, they kind of rattled, and I thought, I wonder if these things are stale. And so I looked at the date like I always do on everything, and the date was fine. So what was cool about this recipe, and I bet a lot of y'all know this, but I have never heard of it before. It says to soak your raisins in hot water for 10 minutes. Now, another recipe said to soak them in boiling water. I think the hot's going to be sufficient. And then you take them out of the hot water, which plumps them up. I think these little raisins are going to really need this bath. And so after you take them out, you dry them off. I imagine with paper towels or a clean old dish towel or something. Y'all, I have been trying to use more rags and towels because a few extra does not affect the cost of doing your laundry. And I'm trying to cut down on my usage of paper towels. Okay, now, the other thing I like about this recipe is you can use your hand mixer or your stand mixer to mix everything, including the dry ingredients. It also has optional half a cup of toasted walnuts. Have y'all ever had black walnuts? Oh my gosh, they are so good. They are more expensive though. Let me see what else it says that I thought was interesting. Okay, make ahead and freezing instructions. Y'all, today is Tuesday. Now, I've waited too long. It's 10 o'clock. Now the sun is out. It's getting hotter. So if I decide to make them tonight or early tomorrow morning, I really won't have to freeze them because they'll be eaten on Thursday. So they're fresh for a good week if you keep them nice and covered, which I do with my Glad cling wrap. Let's see. Another note she has, and by the way, cookies that are frozen will last fine for 3 months in your freezer. Now, what a good idea. I mean, it's been so long, y'all, since I have really been a homemaker that I have forgotten probably more than I ever knew. But what a time saver to freeze some desserts. You can do it with your sweet potato bread. You can do it with a lot of stuff, y'all. And it's so awesome. When you freeze your cookie dough, made into balls, of course, you take them out and you can put them directly in the oven, frozen. You just add a minute to the baking time. I mean, come on. How simple is that? Now, y'all know I've been on a baking frenzy. I don't know if my husband, my freezer would have enough room to accommodate. But when I bake stuff, it just flies out of the house. Oh, by the way, That cake that I baked yesterday, and I told y'all, I promise, I'm going to show you it coming out of the oven. Well, what happened? I had a little drop-in company. And I really couldn't. It depends on who it is. Some people I could say, okay, hold up. Could you just give me 5 minutes to make this other video? I'd be self-conscious though. But anyway, I did take a picture of the 2 pieces that are left. Out the door. Okay, so it also says for the oats that she uses old-fashioned whole oats, not the minute oats, and definitely not the steel cut oats. Y'all, I have the minute oats. I am not buying special oats for oatmeal cookies, okay? It does say that the texture will be altered a little bit. I can live with that. And everybody knows that eggs, anytime you're using other room temperature ingredients, most especially butter, you want your eggs to be room temperature. That just makes sense. I mean, cold eggs, what are they going to do? They're going to harden up your butter a little bit, which you don't want. UPS, boy, I wish he was coming to see me, but he's not. Okay, now, I've always wondered about a lot of recipes do not call for chilling your cookie dough. But I'm finding more and more that I see that in the cookie recipes that I look at. I'm going to go through quickly the 5 biggest reasons to chill your cookie dough. Okay? And bear with me here, y'all. And Gary, this is going to be a long video, and I know it's talking about cookies, but I hope you enjoy it. If y'all remember, I told you that my sweet Gary and his wife that visited me told me that he much prefers long videos. So here we go. The first benefit of chilling your cookie dough is that your cookies spread less. Okay, now I kind of like spready, chewy cookies, but this is a reason that they give, and the reason is because chilled fat butter in your recipe does not melt and spread as fast, so that makes sense. Now I'm going to have to read this one, okay? Better flavor. Who does not want better flavor when you're baking something? So it says that as it chills, the sugar in the dough absorbs moisture from other more liquid ingredients. Plus, you know I'm all about more sugar. The carbohydrates in flour begin to break down into sugar. So it makes for a more condensed flavor. Did y'all know that? I didn't know it. Now here's one. This is directly related to the same reactions as above. A more appealing color. It says that the sugar promotes more even, beautiful browning. That's awful. I mean, okay, I might need to go to bed and get back up. Okay, perfectly crispy edges. While I love my cookies to be soft and chewy, I do love the crispy edges. So it says by reducing excess moisture from the dough and cooling down the fat, it helps make your edges crispy. Y'all, I'm going to be chilling my cookie dough. And this is a surprising thing that I'll tell you at the end. Okay, 5. Time to prepare for baking and storing. So for the chilling process, it gives you a chance to prepare for that stuff. Now, y'all, I think that I might invest in a roll of parchment paper. They tell you to put it on your cookie sheets to bake your cookies on. That's not a big deal for me. But if you're going to chill cookies or brownies or anything else, and you want to store them in layers for packaging, like if you want to give somebody who moves into your neighborhood a dozen cookies, are you going to give them a big old platter to hold them on? You can layer them in a nice, pretty Tupperware container. So I think I might have to get a roll of that. So those are reasons. And I'm going to tell you one thing. As I was researching this, and I could go on and on and on, but I'm not going to. The longer you chill your cookie dough, the better. So, oh my gosh, y'all. I would show you this if I could get out there quick enough. But I've tried to do it, and I don't know what happens. I know y'all can't hear it, but there has been a woodpecker out here on the big power pole. And y'all know they're huge and they're wood and all of that stuff. And I went outside one day to see what that noise was. Been a long time since I've heard a woodpecker. And I got out there and I looked, and there he was way up on that pole. So I came back in the house. I grabbed my phone. I went out there. He was gone. I was so disappointed. But anyway, that's what just distracted me. So, yeah. It says the longer you can chill your cookie dough, the better. 72 hours, that's awesome. I don't know. Could be something I might want to experiment with. Lord knows there's not a whole lot of groceries in my refrigerator. I did eat eggs for breakfast, though, instead of something sweet, or going without until the middle of the afternoon and then eating something sweet. So, and I took, a few hot dogs out of the freezer. I know they're gross. I know that, y'all. But I'm going to eat one sometime today. Maybe with some baked beans. I don't know. But anyway, y'all, I've said this before, but the internet is such a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful tool. It's a wonderful source of entertainment and education. I get started researching things and I could be on the internet for hours. Just like if I go outside in the early morning, I could be out there for hours. And I almost got caught out there this morning when I was sprinkling water on my two newest little flower beds. So, it's awesome. I mean, y'all, if for some reason I were to be handicapped and not be able to get out and about, which I don't do a lot, much anymore, but you know what I mean. If I had to be confined, one, I hope somebody would make sure that I had the most comfortable, sciatic friendly butt holder in that wheelchair. I would pray somebody would do that for me. And I'm laughing, but I am dead serious, okay? I know my little neighbors would. But what a wonderful thing. We can communicate with each other. Now, I've never Skyped anybody, but I'm telling you, my little not daughter-in-law who has my grandbaby, if I have to beg her to do that, I'm going to. And I told my son, Sam, sweetie, if the baby and Patience are still in North Dakota, be sure and call your baby girl all the time and let Patience hold the phone to her little ear and let her hear your voice. Better yet, Skype. You know, you gotta be close to your baby, and that includes your grandbabies. And, sweetie, you have no idea how happy I was to hear that your granddaughter came to visit. I was so happy to hear that. Very, very happy. It's hard when we're estranged from family. I don't know. I have just gotten off on, I don't know how many subjects I've been talking about. I better jot them down so I can have a decent title for this video. Now, I've waited for it to be too hot to bake today, but I have another project that I've been wanting to do, and I think I'm going to do it today. And of course, I will make a video. So many things I want to do. I want to clean up the end back there where everything is such a wreck. And I want to clean out my storage shed. So many things. But finally, I have gotten just about everything in place. I need some more pea gravel and several more stepping stones for the backyard, and then that'll be done. My head just spins with stuff. Now, I could make a list of everything that I need to do and want to do, and I've got 2 or 3 lists, but it's like picking one and doing it. If I'm not in the mood, I'm not going to do it. So it's whatever hits me, okay? So anyway, y'all, you are so wonderful, and you know that I think that. And all you new folks, I'm so happy to see your little comments. And you folks that have been gone and have come and made comments, I'm so happy to see you back. Whether you watch all the time or not, it's fine. I get that. Life is busy. But just to see you pop in once in a while makes me really happy. So you guys do something fun today. I've done a few fun things already, and it's 10 minutes after 10. So, as Glenda Sully says, y'all just keep on coming back. She's so cute. Okay, bye now, y'all.